In this video, I'm going to try and defeat the Ender Dragon, but without axes or pickaxes and pretty much just every tool and weapon you can think of except for flint and steel. And let's just get this video started with. Alright, if you couldn't already tell, this challenge is going to be difficult. First off, I can't use weapons, which means I can't kill the Ender Dragon with a sword, but I could just use beds, so that's just better. And I'll be honest, I don't know what I'm going to use this brewing stand for. I just kind of thought it was cool, but the main thing I need from this village is beds, food, and armor. Mainly the beds, and maybe just emeralds just to trade with the villagers to get some better loot. And I'll be honest, I'm not used to making this kind of video, like a commentary video over my gameplay, I guess. But anyways, like I said, beds are the most important thing I need to kill the Ender Dragon. And obviously I need to get food from the villagers. I'm just gonna steal it from them, or others would say borrow, and just sell it back to the villagers so I could get some emeralds and possibly get some better, what would you call it? Better loot, I guess. Not weapons, because I'm not able to use it. But I could use an enchanting table to enchant my armor so I don't die so quickly. And this villager, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just nodding his head. And obviously, the one thing I need is a bucket for obsidian, so I quickly just killed the iron golem, because he wasn't doing his job anyway. Some of them were dying. And I found a blacksmith, so I grabbed armor. And as soon as I was about to get out, there was a creeper there. So what I do? I obviously broke the wall for lava, which then I did. And then I tried to kill the creeper. And then let's just say it didn't go so well. And I accidentally burned down this villager's whole house and still didn't even kill the creeper. Until right now. You can see that right there. And then after I did all that, I grabbed all the villager beds, which was pretty simple. And then I found a ruined portal. It didn't have a whole bunch of obsidian, so I pretty much needed the bucket. And if I lost the bucket, well, I would somehow have to find a whole nother village, or just find somewhere that has iron. And I obviously set up base here because this is the only spot I'm really gonna go. And I'm not gonna find another portal like this one. And the first lava was pretty easy, so I just got the other lava from the village. And then I explored caves upon caves, almost died to a skeleton for some reason. I don't know how. But after that, I kept looking in the cave and eventually found more lava, which there would be a creeper around the very corner of my eyes. And after it runs away, I have no clue where it went. Just, look, I placed the lava, and then it just disappears right after that. I don't know where it went. Now, you might be thinking it just went all the way around to somewhere else. Well, that's probably the case, but other than that, I don't know. But after that, I got the lava, placed it up there, grabbed this lava, and then took it back to the surface so I could turn it into obsidian, so then I can finally make the portal. And after placing a couple lavas later, I had the one obsidian from the chest, and then I just had to break the crying obsidian. Which that took a while. I'm not gonna lie, it's just breaking obsidian with your hand, which is exactly what I'm doing. And after finding the last lava inside the cave, I lit the portal with the fire charge, which also was pretty easy. I thought I wasn't gonna die in the nether too many times. This nether part was probably the most frustrating part just because I died so many times. And you're gonna be able to see how many times I've died. And just comment how many times you think I've died in this video. And as soon as I go in the nether and try and go back, I get stuck in the nether. So then I just run away because the guys clearly didn't want me to go back. And I almost died. I was on one heart, so I did what anyone else would do and dig in a wall and just, I don't know, run. And my technique for getting gold was to try and kill pigmen for gold nuggets, but that didn't work because I obviously died because I accidentally placed blocks. And then they jumped. And for some reason, I went back all the way to spawn, even though I placed my bed and set my spawn point there. I'm pretty sure I did that. But after I did that, I got all my loot, which I didn't really have much. But then he stole my armor, my only thing that I needed. So I obviously had to kill him with my bare hands. And as soon as I try to do that, try and guess what happens. He falls off and dies, right? I'm gonna punch him right here. He dies, and then guess what? Another piglin grabs it. So now I have to kill that one for my armor. And then if another piglin grabs it, I'm gonna have to get it. But too bad that didn't happen, because I killed the other one before it could happen. Also, as soon as I got my armor, I just ran away. I didn't want to die again. And then here comes this ghast thinking he's all that and tries shooting a fireball at me, which he clearly, okay, he kind of does hit me just once, but that's all he needs to get me to half a heart. One fireball. And then after that, I just kind of thought, that's it. He forgot about me. Yeah, he shot at me one more time. I tried to run away. He almost shot at me again, and I thought I was gonna live until a random piglin decides to shoot me. So now I pretty much lost everything. And I'm all the way back at spawn for some reason. I don't know why it keeps doing this. But after I went back into the nether, well, I got all my stuff. Kind of. Just mainly my baked potatoes. And I tried to sell the gold items to the piglins, see if that would work. It didn't. I died again. So then I had to go all the way back in the nether again to see if I could get my armor back. And as soon as I walk in the portal, I'm set on fire and getting shot at by piglins. And what do you know? I die again. So I go back in the nether and then pretty much just die again to a gang of piglins. And what do I do after that? I go back into the nether and try and get my stuff, get shot by a piglin. I go back in, I get set on fire, but then I take revenge on the piglin and just push him in the lava for no reason pretty much. And then this one's kind of my fault, but I died from fall damage. When I came back to the overworld, or whatever you want to call it, I found the most friendly pillagers you can ever find. This guy's crossbow, I couldn't even see it. And then I accidentally punched him, then they decided to fight back, which I would also do that if I were a pillager. And then I died, because my dumb action. But then I waited until they went toward this cave and just punched him in, because I'm not going to kill him with my bare hands. I'm going to just make him die from fall damage. And then, just let gravity take it from there. I almost died. I was on 4 hearts. And if I died, that would have been pretty wild. One got stuck on this hole, which I ended up killing. And then after that, I just went sailing for no reason, I guess. I thought I would find more stuff there. And I was kind of right and mainly wrong, because this boat usually has good chests with diamonds, but I only found like a treasure map, paper, coal, rotten flesh, and wheat. And maybe like 2 gold nuggets right there. And then I lost it all by dying to a drown. I didn't even drown, I got killed by a drown. And then I had to go all the way back for my stuff. But it's a good thing that I did die, because then I found a desert temple, which usually has good loot. But for this occasion, it didn't have any diamonds, iron. No, I think it did have iron. It mainly had diamond. No, I'm done. It didn't have any diamonds and probably like only 4 iron, horse armor. You'll see right here. Yeah, there's golden apples and rotten flesh and string. And that chest with pretty buns. And after I came back out after looting it, a pillager was just shooting a zombie for no reason. And I kind of wasted my second golden apple for almost no reason. I was on like 5 hearts. I don't know why I used it. But this pillager was probably going to be here for a long time, because I'm not taking him on my boat. He's going to kill me. And then I found a ruined portal. I looted it. It had decent loot. And I thought I could explode a gold block with TNT. And I didn't. So then I went ahead, kept exploring, and I found an outpost, which didn't have the best of loot. The best thing was probably the bottle of enchanting, or whatever you want to call it. And that doesn't even give you like a whole bunch of XP. It gives you like not even like a full level bar. And then I dug underground because there was phantoms at night. And then I accidentally burned myself with flint and steel, which was pretty dumb of me. I'm not gonna lie, now that I think about it. But then I went all the way back for my loot, which I don't know why I decided to light flint and steel on wood. But then after all that, I went back in the nether because I still need ender pearls and blaze rods and all that. So I decided to blow up gold for ender pearls. And yeah, it doesn't give me much. It gives me 3 to 4 nuggets. But there's still a whole bunch, which after I did all that, I traded the piglins, and guess what they gave me? Not ender pearls, I'll tell you that. They gave me gravel and obsidian and stuff. And I went back to the overworld to dig a mob farm just because I needed XP for that enchanting table thing, which I still have not made yet, but I still need to make it. And I went back to the nether and I found a brand new way, or at least brand new way to me, to get ender pearls. I just look at endermen, they come over here, I punch them, then they get burned, But except I got burned and then died and lost my only ender pearl I had. So then I decided to go exploring, and as soon as I did that, only like 100 blocks away, there was a whole bastion I didn't even see. And you can even look at the coordinates. And some of the chests were good, most of them were bad because most of them had tools I couldn't use. And then I found a trader in the overworld that was pretty good. 24 paper for 1 emerald. I could have used that and maybe make him like a mending person. And this blacksmith probably had the best chest I needed in this whole thing. Armor and 2 bread and diamond horse armor I'm never gonna use. So then I traded with the villagers and I went back home and I pretty much made my only gold block. And hopefully this was going to be the time I was going to be able to use the gold without dying. Then I used the gold. Most of them gave me gravel, but then one of them gave me 4 pearls, but I used 3 of them to get around the place to find this fortress, which kind of took a while. It was like maybe 400 blocks away from where I was. Maybe not exactly 400, but I found a chest with diamonds, which I needed for the enchanting table, and that would have been amazing, and a gold chest plate, because who doesn't want extra armor? Because I know I do. And then after that, I just got wood blocks and just quickly killed the blaze, which honestly, they weren't as strong as I thought they were. I thought it was going to take me a little bit longer, but after finally making it to the portal without dying, I finally made the one thing I wanted. An enchanting table, which is the one thing that I kind of needed and wanted at the same time. And I had lapis. I kind of forgot where I got that from. And most of the enchantments were pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Most of them were just like projectile protection or something like that, and protection, and maybe a feather falling here and there. But then after I went to sleep, I got all the stuff I needed. And let's just say the first Eye of Ender I threw, it exploded, which wasn't a good sign. But after throwing a couple more Eye of Enders, I finally found where the structure is. Now I just have to dig down with my bare hands, which I'm not going to show because that took a little too long. Maybe like 30 minutes or something like that. I'm not sure. But I didn't have enough storage for that, so yeah. Anyways, I found a mine shaft out of nowhere. Not really out of nowhere, but I kept exploring a cave and then I found a mine shaft. But this one had diamonds, which I thought was pretty cool, and a gold apple. So now I don't have to waste another golden apple on something useless like I did at the pyramid. But after doing that, I almost drowned, and I had to use my health potion, which was for the Ender Dragon. And I ended up here in the cave. I didn't know where to go. I thought I was supposed to go right, but then I went left. But it ended up I was supposed to go left anyways. So it didn't really matter. And I kept digging down, which you can see here. This is pretty much what I've been doing. Just digging and digging and digging and some more digging. I'm going to just speed this part up. But then eventually I found the stronghold, which I found the start of it. And it didn't really take long to find the end portal, because it was probably right there. I just went forward and then turned left. That's not left. This is left. And luckily, there was enough Eye of Enders already in the portal, which I think you need 1, 2, 3, you need 12 of them. And I had 10 of them, and I used a little bit too much Eye of Enders, but luckily there was already 2 in there. So I barely made the portal work. And before I went in, I did what anyone else would do and set their spawn here. Unless you have a big base and you don't want to spawn here, then I wouldn't do that. But I did because I didn't really have a base. I just had a mob spawner, a bed, and a chest. But then I had to dig out of this box. But then I used a bed and then just dug a little bit, which actually surprisingly worked. But I almost died in the process. And I thought the beds would do a little bit more damage, but I destroyed most of the crystals by just going up with water. And let's just say one of these beds ended up killing me. Can you guess which one it is? It was this one. And this one was the worst death out of all of these deaths in this whole video, just because this burned most of the beds that I had. So now I only had like 7 of them. So it worked. And then I died again. And then almost died again. And now I only have 1 bed left. Which, I don't know how I'm going to kill the dragon with only 1 bed. But I had to use my last bed, which I was probably going to die to. I had to burn most of the stuff just in case if it kills him and the XP's there. But it didn't kill him. It just made him like maybe a couple hits. I didn't have any more beds, so then I just decided to kill him. I should have just done this from the start. I should have just used my hand. This was probably way better and faster. And then I finally killed the ender dragon. I feel like I'm delaying this a little bit, but I just talk slow. But I beat the ender dragon, and that's pretty much it for this video. This video took a while to make. I know it doesn't seem like it, but just please subscribe and like, and hopefully I don't die again. Oh well.